Maayong adlaw, kumusta? Ben from Ben in Cebu, coming to you from the end of Mactan Island. And this is where a lot of the fishing industry is a jumping off point for Cebu. I like coming down here sometimes and just taking a stroll and seeing people, doing their thing. And up ahead down here, you got people that are selling, some local products. And way down there on the end of that tree line, there are some awesome restaurants with, really affordable seafoods. And, it's a great place to check out the end of Mactan Island in Cordoba. You got people out there that are doing some clamming. I was talking to a guy that they get a lot of shellfish and clams and mussels out there, and even some like baby octopus and stuff. Some kid was telling me he caught an octopus. So, Philippines is just living here is you just see a whole different side of life, and you definitely don't see this kind of stuff going on, in the States, unless you live near a coastal town or something. But even then, it's not nearly as rustic and not nearly as much of a throwback as this is. You got guys along here that are, building their boats and, getting them seaworthy so they can go out and provide food for their families. Hello, sir. And how are you? Looks good, looks good. It's old school. They're here to try to empower themselves, to try to, make money, from the excess fish that they catch, and to feed themselves as well. So, it harkens back to kind of like the old days where, everybody was hunting and gathering, and they were providing for themselves in that fashion. And they didn't all have to go to a grocery store, which is, pretty awesome. Like, look at that lady. She's got a crab in her hand. And so this is their catch of the day. Look at fresh, lovely fish. And hi, how are you? Look at the crabs. Oh, it's still feisty. He's still fighting. He's like, let me back to the ocean. Fresh. It doesn't get any fresher than that right there. Look at this guy with the big legs. Wow. Kuya. Tagpila. This guy. How much? $4.50 a kilo. It's kind of mahal, which means high. But I'm interested in this big guy right here with the big legs. Very cool. Look at all this shellfish, scallops, fresh scallops. Yeah. So, doesn't get any more grassroots than this. And, these people are hustling, bustling, trying to make money for themselves. And they also get to eat healthier, too. And one of the fish that I like to eat here, although it has a lot of bones, is that guy right there. It's bangus, or in English, we call it milkfish. And the milkfish is low in mercury. So, and this guy right here, these are delicious. The parrotfish. Really love that. That's a whitefish, really tasty. So I buy that and I'll fry it up and sprinkle some calamansi over it and some onions, and it's just fantastic. Really, really tasty. So, I like the rustic aspect of it. I'm a camper, and I like going out and living in nature, and in a way, the Philippines kind of reminds me of that in a sense. I put a roof over my head, of course. I'm not living in a tent or anything like that. Although some people have criticized my style of life, Why are you going to go to the Philippines if you're not, living high on the hog. Everything's so much cheaper. Well, that's true. But for me, I've always been contented with the simplicity of life. Like, even when if you're making more money or whatever, just having everything you need and that you require at your disposal is sufficient. It's sufficient enough for me. I don't really feel like I need more than that. And the Philippines definitely checks that box for me. So I enjoy it. And if you enjoy it too, you should probably consider taking the plunge, getting out of Dodge. That matrix of the West is only going to get worse. If you ask me, those wildfires were constructed, and they're going to build some kind of smart city in its place, and they're just going to corral you even more than we already are into some little docile existence where you're chained to a computer desk 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and at home you're going to stay in that little area and you're going to buy and sell and do what we provide for you. And in my opinion, that's really no way to live. It's really no fulfilling existence. And here you get a more fulfilling, more human way to live. Hi, Cody. But obviously that's not everybody's cup of tea. People want their condominiums and they want their leisurely life, and that's fine. But for me, that's just kind of cheating yourself out of what's important. Look at the squid. That's delicious. So, yeah. Out here at the Roro area where they do a lot of fishing, and there's that type of industry is thriving here. And they were doing construction out here for the last year, but the roads are now smooth and paved, and it's coming along. So it'll start booming here pretty soon. Anyway, so hello. So you got you got to, for me and guys like me, you can have a more old school way of life. You can have a more old school way of existence, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg if you do it right. You stay out of the grocery stores, you stay out of the tourist traps, and you pay significantly less than if you gather where other foreigners congregate. And that's just a no-brainer. A lot of people don't realize when they're staying in a condo, even though it's way cheaper than what you would be paying. Dog porn. Even though it's way cheaper, if you're paying the price here for a condo than you would pay in the States, it's still an elevated price compared to the local Filipino, and you don't realize it because you're getting such a sweet deal. But if you move into a place where the Filipinos live, you'll be paying 75% of that, or even half. And that's because it's not a tourist trap. They're catering to the Filipinos and the Filipino salaries, and they're not trying to do the skin tax on them because they're the locals. So you go somewhere, you hang out with the locals. Look at, they made a little basketball court here. Pretty cool. Everybody's having a good time. And yeah. But that's the more real vibe of it. And that's what I would rather be immersed in anyways, is the local scene. Get the local prices, get the local foods, and it's just more organic. And I'm an all natural kind of guy anyways. I've always, wanted to avoid all those things, and so that's what you can accomplish if you choose to live far removed from the foreigner locales, the IT parks and the subdivisions and the things that most foreigners think that they need. And maybe they do, but not everybody fits that mold. And a lot of people can find absolute happiness and absolute success not following that carbon cookie cutter copy of what people think they need to do when they come here to achieve their happiness. Look at this dude sawing some ice. No. Dili. Salamat. Yeah, man. I mean, it's absolutely lovely. It has a lifestyle for anyone and a price range for everyone. So, in my opinion, stop cheating yourself out of your existence and take the plunge and get here before it's too late. So thanks everybody. I hope you're doing well there. And remember to aim high, aim up, and always try to do better for each and every person that's around you, including yourself. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a blessed day.